Hello toy collector friends and Doctor Who fans alike, welcome back to the channel of the time travelling toy collector. Today we are reviewing the Hero Collector TARDIS console from the Five Doctors. This was introduced in the 20th anniversary special of the Five Doctors and subsequently remained as the main console for the remainder of the classic series run through Peter Davison, Colin Baker and Sylvester McCoy, last appearing I think in the story Battlefield, but I might be making that up. Anyway, this is another of the Eagle Moss Hero Collector superb pieces of work. I mean, it's just fantastic. The detailing here on the main console is frankly stunning. I have seen some complaints from people regarding the paint bleed in some instances and a lack of attention to detail to the contents of the time rotor here. But actually, in the TV series, this is a series of electronic tubes and pipes that light up, so that's hard to produce in resin. So I think I have to give them a degree of credit for that. But I've got it turning at the moment, and as with previous consoles I will pause it so we can have a look in a bit more detail at it. But this is just to let you see the variety of detail. It's not just straightforward replication. This is, each of the control panels on this is detailed, is individually painted, and frankly it is a splendid piece of artistry, and I say that sounds a little bit up myself, but I don't mean to. I say it purely because I think it's true. It really does come across as a fantastic piece of model work. The monitors have a nice sort of matte black screen, however it still manages to catch the light and be suggestive of a glass frontage. The various different panels, speakers, switches, control buttons, etc., keyboards are all there. The detailing really is stupendous. I cannot fault this. If I'm going to be nitpicky, and I know you want me to be a little bit nitpicky, yeah, I can take the point about the time rotor. It does look a little bit like a pine cone that's been bleached white and then stuck under plastic. As with the previous consoles, the plastic segment can be removed. This doesn't want to come out, there you go, so it can be removed should you want your doctor to perform some kind of surgery on the TARDIS console. Wouldn't recommend it. It again is not really compatible with the 5.5-inch figures from the character options range. It is designed really to be a display piece alongside the Hero Collector Doctor Who figurine collection, so that's not a huge surprise. Although that said, we are in a situation where you can, if you are particularly a fan of toy photography for example, you can, through the use of perspective and some effects depending on how far you want to go, you can make it work. You can suspend your disbelief sufficiently to make these consoles work with the character options figures. It does suggest frankly that character options may wish to consider the gap in their own market around TARDIS consoles. They did give us a couple in terms of the 9th and 10th Doctor's TARDIS main control room, and also the 11th Doctor's first TARDIS console. My only assumption is that it sort of didn't quite sell as well as they'd anticipated, or maybe it was too costly to produce. Either way, it wasn't a prolonged product. These are seemingly an endearing and enduring product, as Eagle Moss and Hero Collector are quite clearly continuing to release them. They've released quite a few so far, and I have pre-ordered the next one on the list. What can I say about this? It's quite a weighty piece. It's a resin, so if I tap it, hope you can hear that there. Look. It isn't plastic, you know, it isn't plastic. It is a resin piece, so it's very solid. It's got a real weight and heft to it, but it isn't. It absolutely isn't a piece of plastic. So please don't think it's just coloured in plastic. It's very, very detailed, and I'm going to zoom in actually, as I have previously, just so you can really get a sense of some of the console features there. So let me just try and centralize that up. Obviously it's a manufactured piece, so it isn't absolutely perfect, but as you can see, there is an awful lot of detailing in that sculpt work. I mean, there just really is. There really is. I particularly like the red inset lines around the top of the neck of the console there. I really like it. I really like the inlays. I like the tiny little alcoves that occur across, where the variety of different switches and controls are. Again, as with the previous consoles, and as is Eagle Moss's and Hero Collector's want, they certainly have again done an exceptionally good job of providing us with a booklet that very clearly shows us what all the various controls are. Again, I do toy with the idea of sort of taking you through panel by panel, but I'm not sure that's something that people really want to sit and hear about. I think if people are interested in that, they either already know, or they're going to get the piece, read the magazine, and take it from there. If it is something you'd like me to do in a future video, go panel by panel through TARDIS consoles, by all means let me know in the comments below. That would be something I'd be happy to do if there was an interest in it. But if there is, alas, only one or two people who want to do that because they don't want to read the magazine, then that might not constitute a real interest, I'm afraid. Sorry. Would this be a piece that would suit your collection? Well, let me see. I'm going to say absolutely it is. If you're a fan of Doctor Who memorabilia, remember we never had these types of things growing up. When Doctor Who, when classic Doctor Who was on the air, very few Doctor Who products, and certainly nothing as detailed as this. We did get the Dapol toy take on this version of the console, which did have lights and sounds. The sounds mostly groaning, but not the wheezing and groaning we associate with the TARDIS, just groaning as it tried to actually do what it was asked to do. So all in all, a particularly welcome piece, not just from a nostalgic point of view, but from a collector's point of view, in my opinion. Bear with me 2 seconds. I'm going to stop the turntable so that we can take a slow and controlled look at the detailing, and then I shall leave you with a lingering thought around the future of the TARDIS consoles. So speak to you in 2 seconds. Okay, so now that's stopped spinning and giving us all a headache, we can go in a little tighter, not too tight because I don't want to lose the integrity of the image. We can go in a little bit tighter just to have a closer look at that console. And you can really see we've got the speaker detailing there, lots of the switches, inlaid switches there. I'm going to manipulate this around by hand so you can see where we're at there. I'm going to tilt it slightly as well so you can get a bit more of an aerial view, which might be more productive. So if I do that gently and then just do a slow aerial rotation, you can really see, and again, yes, some of the paintwork upon super close examination you may leave you going, that's not that great, I'm really not that impressed. And I can understand why you might take that view. These aren't cheap pieces, but they Hero Moss do confirm that they are hand painted. So there must be, I would imagine, a limit between the balance of quality control and so on and so forth. Personally, I don't get this close to it, and in any photography that I do with it, I'm not that close to it, and the photograph really only picks up the slightly extended details from a distance, so I can't really say that the occasional paint bleeds leave me feeling disappointed in the overall appearance of the TARDIS console. Would I like less paint bleed? I mean, we can see here this close up, there's paint bleed around the monitor frame there, but again, does it work in suspending my disbelief? It absolutely does. Is it a very high quality product? I would say from a production standards point of view, it's as high quality as I think we're ever going to get, and I mean that in a very positive way. I think it's something I'm very grateful to Hero Collector for working on and producing for Doctor Who fans. I think it is absolutely ideal. I've collected all of them so far, with notable collections. Sorry, I'm just going to zoom out a little bit so you can have my 5th Doctor police box and indeed 5th Doctor, just framing the shot slightly there. But yeah, I think they are really nice display pieces. I think they're really nice. They really do achieve what they set out to achieve. They catch the eye. They are evocative of a period long gone by. And yeah, if you are a fan of Doctor Who, if you are a collector of the Doctor Who figurine collection, you're going to definitely want to have these. They form the centerpiece of each of the eras of the Doctor that you probably have already collected. I don't collect the Hero Collector Doctor Who figurines. I have more of an issue with those figures and the paints and paintwork that they do and the level of attention to detail. So actually, yeah, I am in the camp for those that says I'm not going to spend the money on that collection for the slightly dubious range of quality assurance that goes on. But again, there's a lot of fine brushwork required, so I get it. I'm just not going to pay for it. These pieces, however, these I will pay for. There is heft, there is weight to them. They are very, as I've said already, very evocative of the period. I can use them in my display cabinets with my existing and out of the box 5-inch figure ranges. I'm very happy to have them on display, use them for photographs and so on and so forth. I have no personal complaints. So I would definitely, I can only recommend this piece to you. At no point am I going to be saying absolutely don't go for this, it's a complete waste of money, because it's not. I think it's a beautiful piece. I know it's a considered purchase. I dare say as the product range continues, it will remain a considered purchase. Whether it has resale value, that entirely depends on where people keep the classic series in their heart moving forwards, and whether there will be a renewed or extended interest in these. I dare say they will ultimately become a limited range. I don't think they'll keep producing them, and on the back of that, they're resin, they're fragile. If these get dropped or knocked in the wrong way, they will break. So the number of TARDIS consoles in the wild may also quite naturally diminish and reduce over time, meaning that if you have one, its collectability will undoubtedly increase. What that looks like, I don't know, because I can't really project how that will play out in monetary value. But to me, these figures, like most of the figures, they're not for me about the money. They're about the engagement with nostalgia, tapping into my childhood memories, and bringing into the present day for me a range of memories that I thought I may never have anything tangible to connect me to. So I'm really grateful and really fired up about these, and the fact that the range has continued. I think over the last 18 months, depending what time you're watching this, we're now edging our way out of the COVID lockdown, and that has had a real impact on the frequency and well, let's go with frequency of announcements around these. We did have a surge They were, you know, infrequent, but they were far more frequent than they have been. A new console's recently been announced with mixed feelings, because the initial images conjure up a variety of images, and I look forward to having that in hand in the near future, so that I can give you a review of that, and heaven help us all when we see it. But I'm confident that actually the in-hand version will be every bit as positive and as detailed as these are. So I'm going to leave you for now looking at the Fifth Doctor, looking at his new console that he redeveloped and redesigned for the 20th anniversary story of the Five Doctors, that remained in action right through to the end of the 1989 run of the series. I'd encourage you to subscribe to the channel so you never miss a future review or unboxing or similar. Similarly, if you found this interesting, if this encouraged you to purchase the console, if this put you off purchasing the console and therefore it's been useful, do give me a like below to let me know that there was some engagement and it was helpful in some way to you. If there's anything else you'd like me to consider looking at or reviewing or getting hold of an unboxing, or that I may have missed out there in the world that may be really, really good for me to see, also leave that in the comments. I'm always looking for new things to collect and to explore. Whilst you're here, do subscribe, do hit the notification button, and in the meantime, you can also check out my pre-existing toy photography over on my Instagram account, also the Time Travelling Toy Collector, so maybe I'll see you over there as well. I have got a few TARDIS console photo shoots over there from a range of different consoles from throughout the different eras of the classic period, and also the not so classic period. Right then, until my next video and I see you all again, thanks for watching. You've been a fantastic audience. I've been the Time Travelling Toy Collector, and remember, a thing of beauty is a toy forever. Take care. Bye for now.